Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Loka Shankaram. Continuing with the contemplation on Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, okay. The teaching of Brihadaranyaka Upanishad on Sushupti or deep sleep state continues. We have to understand a method of teaching of Upanishad. Upanishads teach based on your day-to-day experience. They are not teaching based on some, of course, there is a state, there is a realization beyond your day-to-day experience, known. But Upanishads don't tell something which is beyond your day-to-day experience. Using your day-to-day experience only, you'll point out something which is beyond day-to-day experience. Okay? It doesn't derive from authority that I saw something, this I am special, you understand this. Okay, there are many of the what you call as religious teachers or spiritual teachers who would say, oh, I understood this, I am special, that's why you follow this. It's based on the belief. Okay. So Vedanta teaching is not based on that type of belief. Okay. Vedanta teaching is based on analysis of what you are having, your day-to-day experience. It doesn't say that believe this because God told, believe this because some great man told. It just says based on your day-to-day experience, it is trying to point out something to you which you are not noticing in your day-to-day experience. Okay? Right? So see the humility of Rishis, teaching of Rishis. Rishis found some truth, but they don't say, because of my authority you believe this. Rishis don't say that because of my authority you believe this. Because God says you believe this. You look at your own day-to-day experience. In the day-to-day experience, they point out something which you have not noticed, and based on that you understand. So that will be much more convincing or much more clarifying rather than forcing something onto you. This forcing something onto you becomes is a religious, many religions do that. Vedanta is not like that. That goes based on day-to-day experience of you, not only day-to-day experience of you, day-to-day experience of all the people, Sarvatrika, not some special people. Right? So there may be some special people who are very, they have done a lot of sadhana, they have done matter meditation and they discover something. So then they try to explain because I experienced this. We don't question what they have experienced. The experience of somebody is not questioned. You are great. But to tell people or for common man, he doesn't have the ability or time to go to Himalayas or do lot of meditation or lot of practices. And he says, okay, that's special experience for somebody, not for me. Right? So being such case, it is not a special experience. The importance is not on the special experience. The importance on the day-to-day experience. Based on the day-to-day experience, the Vedanta is pointing to something to you which is beyond day-to-day experience. So in a way, the Vedanta is making the spirituality or God realization available to common man, rather than not necessarily for some people who are specialized, or rather who have done. See now our understanding is the God realization or self-realization is not for me. I am a very ordinary man. Okay. It requires some huge amount of effort and it requires a special gift. Okay, this is understanding. So Vedanta doesn't rule out that specially gifted people. He says there are people who are gifted, there are siddhas, yogis, all those things are there. Their experience are called yogi aparoksha. Means they have realized something which is their own realization, which is special to them because of their sadhana. So that is not denied. It's a yogi aparoksha. But Vedanta, the teaching of Vedanta is, whatever realization, whatever teaching is there, it has to apply to all people, common man, irrespective of caste, creed, and the society. If it has to apply to all common men, okay, so then it has to be based on their common day-to-day experience rather than some special experience. So that's why Vedanta takes the waking state, dream state, deep state experiences as method, as a reference for teaching you to teach you something which is beyond these states. See the beauty of Sanatana Dharma. Okay, it doesn't tell you, it doesn't teach you that you have to have a special experience of God. In your day-to-day experience, there's something beyond day-to-day experience which you have not noticed. Just observe that. That is realization. Without understanding this, the simplicity of the teaching of Vedanta, people corrupt the teaching, and that corrupted teaching brings a lot of confusion in the minds of the people. So Vedanta takes a sushupti or deep sleep state as an indicator to self-realization. So deep sleep state is a direct pointer to self-realization. Why? Because deep sleep state is something which you have every day. If Vedanta comes and says there is a state of self-realization which is beyond your understanding, beyond your mind, which you can't understand, then you have confusion. What is that? Then you are trying to achieve something which you don't know.
It creates a doubt also. There is such a thing.
Then it creates a doubt that such a state exists. Is it possible? Then we hear of some Mahatma, some great person. Okay, so he is self-realized. What is his self-realization? We don't understand. Right? Then what we start doing? People actually start doing what we call as puja of that person. Okay, they worship him. Rather than there is a gap. Oh, he is great. Agreed, he is great. What is his state of understanding? They don't understand. They don't know. What is his relation? They don't understand. Right? So if that is so, then the realization is beyond the reach of common men, common people. Vedanta says, don't worry, realization is the experience of realization you have in deep sleep. Okay? Whatever you are experiencing in deep sleep is the state of realization once your ignorance goes. That's all the teaching. And ignorance has to go in the waking state. Okay? So whatever your experience of deep sleep state is a state of a liberated person. So now you don't have confusion. What is the state of a liberated person? Otherwise you start imagining.
Only that person has and I don't have.
You don't even know, no. It becomes an imaginary reality. Correct? See, so far you have also gone through a lot of these things. What is the state of self-relation? Do you know? Oh, that guy is a Mahatma. He is Mahatma because he went there, he did this, he did this. So we know all what he did. But what is the state of relation? You don't know. Correct? Then what we do? We do start worshipping that Mahatma rather than understanding relation ourselves. That's why Buddha said, okay, don't worship me. Understand what I have taught and apply it in your life. So Vedanta says something. A realized person, his state is same as, experience is same as deep sleep state. So does it mean that he doesn't wake up? He wakes up. So wakes up also, he is deeply relaxed as in deep sleep in the waking state. Why? The ignorance is gone. Okay? So Vedanta says simple, teaching is simple. Deep sleep is indicator of state of self-realization. Okay. And that you can realize by removing the ignorance in the waking state. Waking state, ignorance is caused. You cause the ignorance. Remove the ignorance and you understand that. And don't think that state of self-realization is something which is beyond your mind. It is same as a deep sleep state. So what is there in the deep sleep state? There is non-duality. There is no other. Okay? There is no other. Right? Then there is no deep sleep, there is no fear. In the waking state there is a fear. Because fear is there because of duality, separation. Deep sleep there is no state, fear. Okay? Then deep sleep state, no kama, no desire. In the waking state there is a desire because there is something other than you. Where is the fear? Where is the desire in the deep sleep state? Because there is nothing other than you. Is there a suffering in the deep sleep state? Even if there is a pain in the body, in the deep sleep state the pain is not there. The suffering is also not there. Bhaya, shoka, dukkha is not there in the deep sleep state. That is the state of realization. Okay. So the realized state, the deep sleep is a direct indicator of a realized self-realization, realized person. A direct indicator. Is that clear? You don't have to imagine what is the state of a realized person. And you don't have to imagine what is the state of a mukta or liberated one. What is experienced in the deep sleep state? Oh, then you will say deep sleep state. If deep sleep state itself is liberation, why I need a liberation? Okay? Right?
There's one more stage, the waking stage.
So this you are telling from the waking state. From waking state, deep sleep appears to be state of useless state because I am not doing anything. Right? But what you don't understand is the waking state is a state of fear, stress, desire, bhaya, shoka, kama in the waking state. So this understanding the real understanding has to be corrected in waking state. And waking state also very vague understanding of what is realization. Waking state has a lot of concepts, heaven and hell and state of realization, lot of misunderstanding is there. Right? So that misunderstanding has to be corrected in the waking state. Then is deep sleep state itself is realization? No. But deep sleep state, what you are experiencing is the state of realization. Deep sleep state is also appearing and disappearing in the Atma. Waking, dreaming and deep sleep state are appearing and disappearing. Okay? So deep sleep state itself is not realization. But what you are experiencing in the deep sleep state is the realization. It is temporary because the waking state ignorance has not gone. That's all. When the waking state ignorance goes, the deep sleep state itself becomes your state of self-realization. In the waking state also, you will be deeply relaxed as if you are in a deep sleep state. Now in the waking state, there is a stress, there is a fear, there is an anxiety. All this will go. Mind will be free from thoughts or very less thoughts as you are in deep sleep state. This is called Jagrata Sushupti. Okay. Now when this stabilizes in your life, you are in a Jivan Mukti stage. You are a state of liberation. And when you are in a state of liberation, after death also, it will continue. You will be in a state of Mukti, Videha Mukti.
A deep relaxation is the exact word that you can give.
No, I am saying no thoughts as if you are in deep sleep. Okay. Very less thoughts. Deep sleep has no thoughts. Like that. Or even if thoughts are there, they don't affect you in the waking state. Thoughts are there, because it's mithya, it doesn't affect you. So like that. So it doesn't mean that the person who is realized will be in like a deep sleep state all the time.
That's what thoughts will come to him.
Thoughts will come, but these thoughts don't affect him because he knows the thoughts are unreal, mithya. So the deep sleep state is indicator of state of self-realization. Is it clear?